Well, good morning, everybody. Sam here, United People's TV, 9:33, bang on. Well, not really bang on, but if you're an OG of the channel, you know the 9:33 is when we start here. It's game day. We've got Real Sociedad, Manchester United starting our, not Champions League, Europa League campaign. Yes, it's not the competition we want to be in, but we want to win it. Erik Ten Hag wants to win it, and I tell you what, with the squad that we've got, we really should be competing for this tournament. I'm going to run through all the latest team news from yesterday, all the comments from Erik Ten Hag ahead of the game. We're going to be speaking about Ronaldo, Mr. Champions League. Well, someone give him some earphones because it will be a different anthem that gets played around Old Trafford tonight. We're going to run through all of that. We're going to have a conversation here about Cristiano Ronaldo. There's something I really want to say about it, and I'm sure you'll have your opinions on it, and we've had some disagreements about Ronaldo during the summer, but he's here, he's a Manchester United player now, and he's not leaving, so we'll speak about that. We'll speak about the team news, as I said, we'll speak about the predicted 11, some comments from Paul Scholes on Christian Eriksen. I'm not sure if you watched it last night. I didn't catch any of the Champions League games last night. Did anything happen? Oh, yes, they did. And I will be speaking about those as well. Who's down here in the comments? Good morning to all of you. Asan, I can see you there. Nigel, good morning to you, my friend. Dylan, I can see you there. And I thought we had a meeting. Paula, I can see you there. Josh, Rotham, Simon, Daisy, John, Alex. There's so many members these days. It's crazy. Just puts a big smile on my face, seeing how great the community is growing. It really is. And something that's exciting as well, I'll be launching it tomorrow. Going to be doing a first community type event. Going to be hosting a poker tournament. And if you like poker, make sure you check it out tomorrow. But I'm genuinely excited because I love poker. I haven't played poker tournament in a good long time. I think it's a good way to bring the community together, and no doubt we'll be doing more things like that over the course of time. But let's get straight into it. Let's talk about the game tonight. Now, the Europa League might not be the priority for any Manchester United fan. The priority might not be that tournament. The priority is going to be the Premier League, of course it is. But the Europa League is a massive opportunity, for Erik Ten Hag. It's said about any manager when they come in, getting that first trophy under their belt, it's a really important point. And it's no different with Erik Ten Hag. And look at the squad. So there's lots and lots of training photos come out yesterday. But just look at this, the training squad that we've got here for tonight. Got Martinez over there, so look, he's fit enough to train. There were concerns about whether that groin injury might rule him out of a couple of games. No problem there. Dave, sorry, that comment distracted me. I booked my hotel for Cyprus. Larnaca, come on, Cyprus. Looking forward to that trip. But look, anyway, Martinez is fit. He's okay. You got Varane there. You got Tyrone Malacia, Anthony, Eriksen, Delo popping his head up there. Rashford. That looks like the back of Sancho's head. And Casemiro. It's just this squad, right? And we've covered this already. The second 11 is probably stronger than our starting 11 last year. I think so anyway. I mean, the majority of it is our starting 11 last year, but you can add a couple of players into it. Gung Sheet down there is a good comment to say that it's nice to see some smiles from training, eh? But there's one person who the focus is on tonight, in my opinion, and I'm sure you'll agree with me on this one. That's Cristiano Ronaldo. You can see it's the main title of the video, and I need to have a conversation with you in the comments about Ronaldo today. Because I guarantee you there's going to be some down here calling me a hypocrite. Saying, Sam, you wanted him out of the club this summer. How can you now support him? Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to defend myself. I'm going to explain myself. Because the issue, and look, I did one video during the summer that I regretted. And that was that video where I think I went a little bit too hard. During the Ronaldo story as it was developing, I went a bit I did go a little bit over emotional into a video, and I was it felt that video was probably quite divisive, I think, in terms of the United fan base. But there's something here that I've got to explain about Ronaldo and this concept, that word there, right? Thank you very much, T, for leaving that at the perfect time. The word agenda, right? My agenda, when it comes to Ronaldo, during the summer, was nothing to do with Cristiano Ronaldo. My agenda, and I've reiterated this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times here on United People's TV, my agenda is what is best for Manchester United. And during the summer, thank you very much, that's moved over there. During the summer, when Cristiano Ronaldo wanted to leave Manchester United, you know what was best? Him leaving Manchester United. You go down here, Jonathan saying, look, did Ronaldo actually hand in a transfer request? I mean, every single established and trusted journalist that we know of, from David Ornstein to Laurie Whitwell to James Ducker to Jason Burt, all said that Ronaldo wanted to leave. We've heard that there's going to be this interview that's coming out and we're still waiting for it. So maybe that will give us a little bit of clarity. But at the time where Ronaldo was doing this, at the time where Ronaldo was angling for a move away, the best thing for Manchester United was for Ronaldo to leave the club. And that's why my standpoint was there. But you know what's best for Manchester United now? Cristiano Ronaldo firing on all cylinders. Cristiano Ronaldo getting back among the goals. Cristiano Ronaldo refining the form that he had last year. So you're damn right that I'm going to be here supporting Cristiano Ronaldo. And look, that was him on Instagram yesterday saying ready for tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. And you know why I'm doing that? Because that is what is best for Manchester United as a football club. And that's the thing that I feel people, some fans just couldn't get their head around that concept during the summer. And I couldn't really understand how people were sort of standing in the corner and defending Ronaldo at that time. Because at that point, in my opinion, you were drawing a line in the sand and you were supporting Ronaldo and what he wanted to do himself rather than supporting Manchester United and what was best for the club. And that's where that little line of division comes. But tonight, man, I hope he starts. I hope he gets a goal. Because I tell you what, his best performance this season came off the bench against Arsenal. I'm hearing down, I'm not hearing anything. I'm seeing down here that there might be some Santa Sigmund going on in the comments. And it is Santa Sigmund dishing out 5 memberships. One absolute OG. Thank you very much, Sigmund. I hope you managed to find a Crystal Palace ticket. I have seen your messages. Getting an away ticket is extremely, extremely difficult. But look, Ronaldo is not going to want to hear the Champions League. Oh, sorry, that's exactly what he's going to want to hear. He's not going to want to hear the the Europa League anthem tonight. But he's going to have to hear it. And it's something that I said earlier, right? I think I said it yesterday, actually. Ronaldo, man, you're in the Europa League one time in your career. Win it. Win it. All you can do, win the competitions you're in. That will be another, I mean, it won't exactly be high up on your CV, but it'll be there. The year I was in the Europa League, what did I do? I don't know, I just won it. And then we're back in the Champions League that method, because maybe we won't get there in top 4, but I tell you what, I'm going to be speaking about that. I've got a smile on my face. You remember what Erik Ten Hag said at the start of the season? The era's come to an end? Well, Liverpool have won 2 out of 7. Chelsea have just sacked their manager after 7 games. I wouldn't say either of those were, I mean, I suppose Klopp had an era, yeah. Tuchel didn't really. But it's a good time for us to have Erik Ten Hag, right? And it's a good point down there. Saying, look, we are drowning out the anthem. We want Glazers out. Yes, we do, but the Sky might not do it. Fred, you're saying, look, Sam, don't get sucker punched. It's a random one. Ronaldo might still leave in January. What? Maybe, maybe not, but we'll be qualifying for the Europa League knockouts by that point, so that's fine. But look, oh man, Joseph. Hey, Joseph, I haven't seen you in a while, actually. Joseph Terry, down here. I remember I sent you a shirt, didn't I, when you were in the hospital? See, I do remember these things. Look at that, 10 gifted memberships. I think people are excited to see the game tonight. I'm excited to see Ronaldo, man. I am. Genuinely, I'm excited to see Ronaldo. I was adamant that the best thing for Manchester United during the summer, and I stand by everything I said, that Ronaldo leaving the club was best for the club during the summer if we were able to replace him. But we didn't. He couldn't find a club for him. He stayed, and therefore the best thing that I can do now as a fan, and what is best for my football club, is to support Ronaldo. And I hope he gets back to his best. As I said, when he came off the bench against Arsenal, he looked really sharp. He looked far sharper than Ronaldo had looked in the previous games. And it can come as no surprise given the fact that Ronaldo missed all of pre-season, and it wasn't your average pre-season, it was a Ten Hag pre-season. So it was double sessions, really intense running, really intense football, getting used to that quick pace. Ronaldo's adjusting. It's going to take him time to adjust, and it might take him a little bit longer to adjust given the fact that he's 37. But I've no doubt. Look, you can go back and look at my season predictions. I predicted Ronaldo to be our top goal scorer, for crying out loud. Right, so I've got no agenda against him. Because people, as I said, that's one of the most misused words. Literally is one of the most misused words in the modern day. An agenda online. Literally an agenda. Both of those two. Like, they're just used so wrongly. It's ridiculous. Chris, there's just a thing about European games of Ronaldo that we simply can't ignore. This is as good as a game as any to start the league. I think it's the perfect game to start him, and it's at Old Trafford. I think Ronaldo will be absolutely fired up tonight. I don't know, it just strikes me as he'll be fired up. Because at this point in his career, and I've said this quite a few times, I don't really feel that Cristiano Ronaldo can afford to just sack off a year of his career. I don't think he can sack off a year of his career. So therefore, he's going to have to knuckle down. And I'm telling you, man, win that Europa League. Mate, what is going on in the comments this morning? You're all going, Gungshi's, you're flying in with 10 gifted memberships. Knighton, you're coming in with 5 as well. Come on, everybody, man. I love this community, man. Seriously. I'm really looking forward to doing community events. That's definitely something that's in the pipeline here on United People's TV. Don't you worry about that. I'm working on the merchandise as well. You can all get the exclusive, if you want to call it that. I'm working on merchandise and hopefully going to be launching it in October. It's something I've been working on for a long, long time. The reason I've delayed it so long is because I don't just want to release, like just the standard sort of United merchandise, really cheesy, tacky, easy designs. I don't want to do that. I want to do something that you could, if you wanted to, wear down the pub on a Saturday afternoon that's got nothing to do with United, or wear it out on a Thursday evening somewhere else. That's the sort of merchandise I want to make that's sort of fashionable and genuinely something a bit cool. So it's taken a lot longer to do. But when it comes out, I think it'll be worth it. So make sure you keep your eye out on that. But yeah, as I said, man, I'm excited for Ronaldo. I really am excited. I'll tell you what else I'm excited for. I hope this happens tonight as well. Right? I really hope this happens tonight. Garnacho, during the FA Cup run last year, he was blistering. He was absolutely fantastic. He really, really was. But he didn't get much of a chance in pre-season. Now, we don't know whether that was due to injuries, whether that was due to... I don't know what that was due to. But Garnacho didn't play much. He played against Rayo Vallecano, and he got 45 minutes against Rayo Vallecano, and everyone was like, there he is. There he is. He's a very, very exciting player. Playing on the left-hand side, swagger, confidence, takes players on. Really, he looks good and ready for it. And I think he'll get minutes tonight. I actually put him in my starting 11, my predicted starting 11, with the concept of resting Rashford and Sancho. Don't know whether he's going to rest both of them, but we'll take a look down there. I'm going to read a few of your comments down there. Ryan, you're hoping for Ronaldo hat-trick. I mean, it'll be nice, wouldn't it? It'll be a great way to reintroduce yourself, and we'd all be delighted about that. Rory, you're saying, look, agreed, best merch is the stuff you can wear out and about. That's what I'm trying to do, man. I don't just want to get a big bit of merch with a huge United People's TV logo on it, because I think, well, it's all good and well when you want to talk about United People's TV, but it won't suit you anywhere else. That's what I want to try and do. Knighton, you sent in a super chat, buddy, but you haven't actually said anything, so I can't read that out. Mate, what is going on with the gifted memberships down here this morning? You're all trying to... Effendi, you've given 10 memberships as well. Warren, you've given 5. Man, the gifted memberships, I keep saying it. It is the biggest compliment that any of you can give the channel. The fact that you're enjoying it so much, and the community so much, you want to bring other people into the community. Now, that is what a community truly is. Thank you very much for that. And someone else just joined there as well. Who have we got? We've got Wayne Shamber. Let me know where you're watching from, Wayne. I'll do what Steve-O did. I'll get my face tattooed on my back. I won't do that. No one hold me for that. Yeah, as you said, Anthony, man, it's a good bunch of guys and girls. Plenty of you down here in the comments. And again, it's inclusive. I hope all females feel welcome here on United People's TV, because that's, yeah, I hope they do. And the community too. But look, type it in the comments. Type yes or no. Do you think Garnacho will start tonight? We've got options up front, man. We could, I think Anthony, in my opinion, I think Anthony's starting. I think Anthony's starting on the right-hand side. He didn't get 90 minutes against Arsenal. I don't think he's fit for 90 minutes yet. I imagine that we should see Anthony start on the right-hand side. And therefore, on the left, you've got to choose between playing Rashford there, and I think he deserves a rest. Playing Sancho there, which could be a possibility, because I don't think Sancho's form's incredible at the moment. So he could use that to sort of get in, or maybe start Garnacho. Maybe you're more likely to see Sancho for the first half, and then Garnacho come on around the 55, 60 minute mark. Let me see what you're saying down here. Roger, you're going for Garnacho, Ronaldo and Anthony. Man, that's a really exciting front three. Really, really exciting front three. The concept of that. Jonathan, you think he's going to stay on the bench? Do I want him to, says Rudy? Yes. Do I think he will? No. Maybe you're all probably... I think... Gungshi, you say you hope so. I hope so as well, but I think you're all probably right. If I'm being completely honest, I think you're all probably right that he won't start, but I hope he will. I hope he will. Jonathan, you're saying Elanga, Ronaldo, Anthony. Slightly less exciting, but Elanga's going to have to try and find some form. We've got some cracking competition for places in our attacking options now, don't we? Joseph, nice to see you, dude. He said, I hope that Ronaldo uses this game as a catalyst to launch his season. So I'm very concerned about Martial's injury record. We need Ronaldo to start banging the goals in. It's a very good point there, Joe. Pre-season, we saw sort of a rejuvenated Martial, didn't we? We saw a Martial that we go, you know what? I like the look of this. I like the look of this guy right now. And then he's just been injured since. It's kind of typical Martial. Martial is that person, that player who gets you excited, but just kind of lets you down when injuries kick in. It's just, we've been here before. We know this film. We've seen this film a few times. I hope it's not going to be anything that lasts too long, but it's already lasted the first, 6 games? It's lasted long enough already. And we've got no other Ronaldo. We need Ronaldo back among the goals, ready to play even 45 minutes a game. If Ronaldo can play 45 minutes a game at the intensity that he played against Arsenal, he's going to be a great asset all season long in the Premier League too. Dej, you're saying, imagine Chelsea signed Ronaldo. He would have taken all the blame for Chelsea in this current crisis. Chelsea. What's the name there? Kili Ruhr. I'm going to call you Papaka. That's easier. Bruno starts today. Happy birthday to Bruno. I think he's 28. I think Bruno will start today because Donny van de Beek's injured. And Christian Eriksen, I swear on my life, if Christian Eriksen is in that starting 11, I won't be fuming. I really won't be fuming, but he needs, please just let Christian Eriksen just sit in a bubble bath. Just let him watch a game in a bath. It's fine. And honestly, I'm concerned about our injury record in general and feel it's linked to having a poor backroom team. This season, in particular, probably will lead to more muscular injuries than we normally have because of the intensity of Ten Hag's football. The players will get used to it. Happened to Klopp, right? Happened to Klopp for a good long time before the players before they got their asthma pumps. Conspiracy theory. Dindu, let me know where you're watching from, dude. Lucas saying that everyone will become a member of this channel. Well, look, I hope so. That'd be great. It'd be a wicked community. Some of you talking about Iqbal down there in the comments. I'd like to see Iqbal as well, man. I really would. I don't think he'll start. Simply put, man, we've got McTominay and Eriksen playing like they're playing in the first team. And we've got Casemiro and Fred sitting on the bench. That's ridiculous. That's actually genuine midfield depth. And that's what happens when you make the right signings and they hit the ground running. But for Iqbal and Savage, they'll have to wait in the wings, right? Because tonight is about Casemiro and Fred starting. As much as I want Iqbal to get those minutes and for Savage to get those minutes, we need Casemiro getting those minutes and we need Fred getting those minutes, first and foremost. Unfortunately for those lads. League Cup games, that's probably where we're going to be seeing Iqbal and Savage, and maybe in the second or third Europa League games. But for tonight, it's going to be Casemiro and Fred. Look, you might get a few minutes, but it'll be towards the end of the game. I don't think he'll be starting. The signings, Carl says, the signings are brought in that galvanised our team, man. Absolutely, man. It goes to show you, this is why transfers are so important. So important. You get your transfers right, things can flip. And that's what's happening at the moment. Things are flipping. I wouldn't say flipped, but they're turning in the right direction for Manchester United. Now, Erik Ten Hag was speaking about the game. Of course he was. This is what he said in his press conference. He said, look, I don't know if he said this in his press conference. This might have been the embargo's second part, actually. He said there is still a lot to work on. You see that in the games and the results are good because we are hard to beat in the moment and we must keep that going. And he said this, but when you see the games, you can see we can still improve a lot, still in all moments. Possession, building up play into attack and into the final third, from the transition, defending, pressing. Erik Ten Hag is, there's a question down there. Rory's saying, what's the embargo part? The embargo part of a press conference, normally when there's a press conference, there's a press conference that's released as the press conference is live, and there's a second set of quotes that will come out at like 10:30 p.m. that evening. That's normally, the press conference is normally split into 2 parts. Dindu watching from Yorkshire, wicked man. How you doing, buddy? As long as it's not Leeds. You've got Erik Ten Hag saying there, as I said, he's not getting caught up in it. He's not getting caught up in the wave of excitement at the moment, right? He's grounding everybody, and that's so important. It doesn't matter how hyped I get. It doesn't matter how hyped you get. It doesn't matter how hyped any of the players get. That's the voice that's sitting, I don't know, sitting at the top. That's the leading voice. He goes, look, it's really good what we're doing here, but we can still improve in attacking, possession, build-up play, defending, pressing. He's not using this as an opportunity to get overexcited, is my point. And that level-headedness, that's what managers do. That's what coaches do. They don't get sucked into the moment and lose track of where they want to be. And that's the idea of short-term management and long-term management. Mate, trust me, if any of you down here in the comments have had the privilege of managing, well, it might not be a privilege, if you've ever been a manager of people, it's difficult. Let alone a manager of a football club and a manager of Manchester United. I can't even get my head around that. The pressures, but Ten Hag has got his feet firmly grounded, and that's really, really important. See, in my opinion, I would completely disagree with this comment from Gaziz saying, please don't start Maguire. No, I think tonight is the game where we have to start Maguire. Tonight we have to see Maguire play like Varane. We have to see Lindelof play like Martinez. The only way that we have a successful season is if our squad is right up there and as good as our starting 11, because our starting 11 will not be able to last the full season, all right? It won't happen. We know that. We've got 9 games in October, ladies and gents. We need Harry Maguire to be inspired by what he's seeing from Varane and turn it on. Because I tell you what, when he came on against Arsenal, looked very much like Maguire of old, didn't he? His comment down there has made me laugh. Alex, stop doing so many videos, Sam. You're such an arsehole. Ruining my day. Alex, I go live every single morning, 9:30 a.m. If it's too many for you, I apologise. You may want to unsubscribe. 9:30 a.m. A video that goes out every lunchtime. And of course, tonight I'll be covering the Real Sociedad game. And I'm not sure if did anybody see what happened in the Champions League last night? I didn't even see anything. I was just looking through the results. Ajax. I'll tell you what, fair play to Ajax. Honestly, man. And I can see it happening already. We're definitely going to get Ajax in the Europa League. I've just had my spidey senses are tingling. Maybe Ajax will beat Liverpool at Anfield next week in the Champions League second round. Maybe not. But they're looking very good. They're top of the league. I think they've won every single game they've got so far. Carl, you're saying hello from Ballyfermot in Dublin. Yeah, nice to see you there, dude. How many times have I been in Dublin? A couple of times? I think so. Yeah, that's right. Every day at 9:33 a.m. Sorry, I stand corrected. Yeah, I heard some weird rumour last night that Liverpool got zooming in. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I have no idea how Napoli managed to beat the greatest team of all time 4-1. They must be the greatest team of all time then, Napoli. Because Liverpool have got the best goalkeeper ever, best right back ever, best centre back ever, best left back ever, best defensive midfield ever, best left winger ever, best creative midfield. No, you fucking don't, Liverpool. Like, it's brilliant to see them getting put in their place, man. And I've said this. There's such a hyperbole of reaction in the moment these days. Really is. And I said this on Twitter last night, right? I said this is a gentle reminder to Liverpool fans who argued this was the greatest ever team. A team that hasn't even won 2 Premier Leagues in a row, let alone 3 in a row. Twice. I said there's such an insane over-exaggeration in the moment these days, and Liverpool really are the greatest example of that. I said they're the greatest of something at least. But it's brilliant watching it. And isn't it brilliant that they spent so long and spent so much money on Salah, and he's like, nah, you know what? I've got my contract now. He's done an Aubameyang. But look, Erik Ten Hag said this at the start of the season. No, he didn't say that. Erik Ten Hag said this. He said, I admire both Man City and Liverpool. They play fantastic football. But eras come to an end. Now, Man City and Guardiola have proven that Klopp and Liverpool aren't even worthy of wiping their shoes. What Guardiola's doing with City is far worse than what Liverpool have managed with Klopp. City have just built and sustained a level which they somehow keep building on, and Haaland's come in and taken them, unfortunately, up another level. So I fear for how long it's going to take us to get to that level. But Erik Ten Hag has come into Manchester United in the perfect moment. He's come in at the same time as Liverpool were having their first major wobble under Klopp for like 3-4 years. They've been extremely consistent. They've been consistent in finishing second, and they've been consistent in losing Champions League finals, apart from one that they managed to win in front of no fans. But look, I'm ready for it. I'm just enjoying it. And I swear to you, if as a rival, if you can't enjoy your rivals failing, then seriously, what's the point in football? What is the point in football? Estevo saying, Liverpool's dip in form due to Mane's absence makes me begrudge Van Gaal even more. A player that should have done the red of Manchester, not Merseyside. I remember that at the time. I think I was semi-guilty of it, like turning my nose up at Mane because he played for Southampton. And that was at the time where that was in our peak Galactico spending spree, right? Outside of what you're saying, I know we predicted lineups. I know we've done predicted lineups. What's your preferred lineup? I'll do mine in a few minutes for you, buddy, all right? We'll bring that up. Stephen, you're saying that Wolves will fancy their chances on Saturday, and I'm a United fan living near Leeds. Right, there you go. That Ten Hag quote gives me goosebumps down there. I want to battle them all, Steve. Yeah, man. Look, we've just got to feel happy. That's what I mean. They won the Premier League without fans. That was hilarious. We've just got to be happy that this man, has come into Manchester United at the time that he has come into Manchester United. It really has given us an edge. It's given us optimism, and the team is responding. And that's why I'm going into this game tonight. And it is the first game in a long time that I can say unequivocally, I'm confident Manchester United are going to win. Real Sociedad are no joke. I think they drew against Atletico Madrid at the weekend. But I'm just totally confident that we're going to get the 3 points. And of course, that's where the arrogance comes in. That's where the complacency can creep in. And that's a really fine and difficult line to navigate. Because you need to have the confidence and the arrogance you're going to win, but you can't let that slip into complacency. Because if you think it too much, the other team takes advantage. And all that confidence and arrogance can become a hindrance rather than an asset. And that's going to be up to Erik Ten Hag to manage that sort of mentality in the team. Because we didn't... Remember when we went top of the league and when Solskjaer was manager? Everybody was like, what are we doing here? I've got no idea what to do. And then our form just collapsed. City won like 7 or 8 in a row, and it was game, set, match. Pranav saying, I would love to see Liverpool lose a couple more games against Ajax and Napoli and then kicked by us in the Europa League. Oh, I don't want to play them in the Europa League again. Of course, yeah, they did. Real Sociedad did lose Isaac, but his replacement, who I think is Umar Sadiq, he scored in his debut, I think, on the weekend. Daisy, you're down here, you're saying, look, I'm not at the point where I'm confident yet. And Paul, you're saying, look, Sir Alex said that complacency is the disease. And I imagine there's going to be a lot of people down here who are in your boat. But just the way we're playing at the moment, and the players that I know are going to come into the team tonight, that's why I feel I've got some confidence here. And look, let's do this now. Let's go and let's take a look at the team. This was my predicted 11 for the game. And this was before any of the team news was released. I said I thought we were going to see Dubravka in goal with a fully changed back five. I don't think Luke Shaw has trained. So I imagine we're likely to see Malacia down there. I think so, right? We'll see, but I don't think Luke Shaw trained. But I think you'll see Wan-Bissaka, Maguire and Lindelof. And as I said, none of them are going to get into my first team anytime soon. But we need those three to be better than they were last season. They have to be better than they were last season if we're going to win anything this year, because we need a squad, right? We need a squad. I can see some of you down there in the comments talking about Graham Potter. Let's have a look at what you're saying. No, nothing at the moment. Or is it? I don't know. Let's have a look. Maybe it is. Nah. Well, I think it's going to be. Oh, no, it is. As if Fabrizio giving it 3 words. Yeah. Graham Potter, man. It's a good appointment, I think. I think Graham Potter is the right manager for Chelsea, but I don't know whether he's the right manager for the owner. I think Chelsea has a real potential to swallow Graham Potter up. Swallow him up and spit him out, covered in mud. Alan Munez saying, look, who cares about Chelsea? Hey, no one cares about Chelsea, but it's happened whilst we're live, so we'll have a conversation about it. Right? You're saying that, Sam, as long as we keep seeing improvements and what we've already seen, we should be confident. I think that we should go into this game there with a massive element of confidence. Now, as I said, this was my team. I think Malacia will probably start because I don't think Luke Shaw's going to be fit to play. But I'm going to go for the midfield 3 of Casemiro, Fred and Bruno. I would like to see... Bruno's good. Of all the players, I imagine Bruno this season will play more outfield games for Manchester United than any other player. That will be my hot take. It's not really a hot take. It's just his fitness is insane. It really is. It's his birthday. Does that mean he's going to get a day off? I don't think he'll want a day off. I think he'd love to play football on his birthday. That's what I think so. But look, I think that's going to be a midfield 3, and I went for that as my attacking 3. I went for Garnacho on the left. I went for Anthony on the right. I went for Ronaldo because that's what I'd like to see. Maybe what we're more likely to see is maybe that, especially given that Ronaldo's starting. Erik Ten Hag will probably want somebody to do a bit more of the running for him, so Elanga kind of makes sense there. That would allow Ronaldo to drop a little bit deeper here. Balls over the top to Elanga and Ronaldo. So Elanga and Anthony there, and then Ronaldo can arrive around about there on the edge of the box. Cutbacks. Maybe that's going to be the case. But look, I think no matter what team goes out there tonight, you can put Sancho here, you can put Rashford here, you can put Garnacho here. You can put, I don't know, whoever you want in midfield. You've got to be confident. I really, really feel like you've got to be confident. I know you're not the only one aiding down here, and it gives me a little bit of it as well, actually. I do get PTSD. I massively get PTSD. But Maguire has to be back to his best this season. I still think that no matter what happens, Maguire, I think he'll be sold at the end of the season. That's what my gut's telling me. I think it would feel more Maguire out and Timber in. I mean, yes, absolutely yes. But I want Maguire to play the Europa League games. I want Maguire to refine his form. That's what's best for Manchester United. And that's, again, I've told you, I've always had an agenda here on United People's TV, but it's only ever been one agenda. And it is what is best for Manchester United. So what is best for our club is for Maguire to refine his form, for Maguire to not be a joke. And he's going to have to use games like this in the Europa League to get him warmed back up again. Stephen, again, I don't particularly disagree with that. I think Maguire needs to leave Manchester United, but I think for the best thing that we get this season, and look, Maguire is a good defender, and something I've kind of reiterated the whole way through is Maguire, this man is going to make all of our centre-backs better across the course of the season, because they're not used to having any sort of protection. They're not used to having a bouncer, right? And Casemiro is the bouncer for the defence. They're just used to sort of getting absolutely run over. Tavish, you're down here in the comments. I'll leave this up on screen. Everybody fire in your predictions now. I'll read a few of yours out and then I'll give mine as well. But as I said, I don't have to have confidence tonight. And the naturally pessimistic United fan in me is saying, Sam, come on, you've been confident before. But I tell you what, these last 4 games have changed my mindset a little bit. I went into the Liverpool game expecting the worst and I was delivered the best. And we thought it might be a flash in the pan. I was like, no, we'll go and ruin it against Southampton. And we didn't. We had a 1-0 win and we even held a defensive line and kept a shutout. Kept a clean sheet. We did the same thing against Leicester. And I was like, this is a bit weird. And we did that against Arsenal. It's showing me that there's a shift. There's a slight shift, which I think should allow the fans and the players to go into this game with a bit of confidence. Now, I'm not expecting this, right, Olo? So I'm not expecting Manchester United to go in there and blow Sociedad away. I don't think it'll be that at all. Alan, you're saying 3-2. Shamil, you're saying 2-0. Daisy, you're going 3-1. 4-1 says James. 3-0, 3-1, 2-0. 4-0, 2-0. 2-1, 3-0. 2-0, 2-2. 3-2. It's like the worst song ever. My prediction down here, I'll see which one of you said it. There you go, Shamel, you said it. That's my prediction. I think it's going to be 2-0 Manchester United. I think it will be a game where I hope we have more of an element of control. That's what we need to see tonight. We need to see this second 11 coming in and playing ball, but playing it well. And I think it will be 1-0 for quite a long time in the game, and then we can get the second, and then it's just like, oh, cool, man. All right, let's sit. Let's get this defence sorted. Maybe it'll be 2-1 then, because I don't really trust this defence. Actually, yeah, I'm going to change that. I'm going to change it to a 2-1. Emmanuel, you've got it straight. I'm going to go for 2-1. I don't expect that team to keep a clean sheet. But let's find out. And as I said, I think everybody has a right to be a little bit more confident tonight than we have been in recent weeks. And there's something else I wanted to bring up here, because I thought this was a cracking quote here from Paul Scholes. He said this about Christian Eriksen. He said, well, forwards know when the ball's coming, they know they've got a midfield player who is thinking about them even before the ball comes. They know he's watching. He's looking all the time. And Paul Scholes was the king of that. Paul Scholes had his head on like an axle, constantly scanning left, constantly scanning right. If you saw Haaland's first goal against Sevilla and De Bruyne on the edge, just a quick look across. That's it. That's all it took was one little look, and he knew exactly where Haaland was and put it on a plate for him. Haaland just ciphered to the in. That's what Eriksen is bringing to this team. Eriksen is bringing that vision, intelligence, and actual ability to execute that vision, execute that intelligence. And I wish he would fit enough start every single game, but he won't be fit enough to start every single game. But Paul Scholes was the king of that. And if anybody knows about what is needed to be that sort of midfield player, it is Paul Scholes. And Christian Eriksen, it feels, is the closest we've got to watching Paul Scholes back in a Manchester United shirt since he retired. And he's saying, look, Scholes was the master, could play a no-look pass that no one else. You just think, yeah, it's all about instincts. You know exactly, that's what happens when you get a team that's playing together, the same 11, and you know exactly the runs that are going to be made and when they're going to be made. And Christian Eriksen has he's taken to United like a duck to water. And he's given us, as I said, that feeling of confidence. He's helped anyway, certainly. Jonathan down there, you're not wrong at all. But by the way, Jonathan, I need to drop you a DM and see if you can. Anybody who's a regular viewer on Facebook, like Jonathan, we need a little bit more help in terms of moderating the live chat. So I will try and reach out to you. I'm not sure if you can, but if you could you, anybody who's Facebook, Jonathan as well, if you could slide into my DMs on Twitter or Instagram, and I can get you added on Facebook. I can get you onto being a mod onto the Facebook group. It'll be really a big help because currently we need more, because the Facebook comments can descend into a chaos really. Eriksen can tackle, Scholes not so much. I disagree. I think Scholes could really tackle. He just got a yellow card every time for it. Doesn't mean he couldn't tackle. What you're all saying down here in the comments. Look, I'll answer any questions you want to ask me for the last couple of minutes here. I'll answer them. So you can ask me whatever you want. That's the most obvious thing I think anyone's ever said. McTominay should be rested tonight. Simply put, Casemiro and Fred are starting tonight. If it's not Casemiro and Fred, I'm going to be extremely, extremely surprised. Maybe it'll be Casemiro is your guaranteed to start anyway. Guaranteed to start. Gary, you're down there saying, doing my best to monitor the comments here. I know you are, buddy. I need to try and bring someone else in to work with you. Make the job easier. Sahu, let me know where you're watching from, dude. Who's the best member? Jeez. I'm not that. It's like choosing your favourite child. You can't do that. Even though secretly you got your favourite child and you don't tell anybody. I'm going to take that. What's my camera resolution? I'm pretty sure it's 1080. But because when you're streaming, you lose a little bit of quality. There's nothing you can really do about that. That's just through. I've even got like fibre optic in here. So if it's not perfect, that'll be why. So I apologise about that. Sam, where do I live? Well, let me just give my address out. I'm not from Manchester. How did I become a fan? I became a fan because my dad moved from Northern Ireland to Scotland when he was younger in the 80s, and all of his family supported Liverpool. So he's like, well, fuck that. He supported United because United weren't that good in the 80s, if you can remember, and that's where it's come from. Gungshi, man, what are you firing in another 5 memberships for? One absolute dude. Mate, memberships, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Wood. The wood is poo. It's a good username. It's better than I swallow. Are you going to the game tonight? Have you opted out? I haven't opted out. I passed my ticket on to a pal. And you can't opt out of any cup games so I paused my season ticket last season because it was in protest of the Glazers. So Man United stopped me applying for away games until the first, actually I think I might have to, is it the first cup game at home? I think it's the first cup game. I don't know whether it's the first domestic cup game. Anyway, I haven't been able to apply for any away games yet. It's really annoying me. What are you all saying down here? There was a good question there. Where's it gone? Everyone asking where I live. I'm not going to be telling anyone that. What do you think of Ronaldo tonight? I think Ronaldo's going to score. I think Ronaldo's going to start. I think Ronaldo's going to score. That's what I think so anyway. I hope so anyway. To celebrate our win in advance. Now that is confidence. Is it arrogance? Isn't it? Remember that. Not arrogant, just better. That's what that's what we all used to say. It's just at the moment we haven't seen that for a while. Sam, what do I like about United? There's not been much to like about Manchester United for a long ass time. But ever since Erik Ten Hag got announced as the manager, and I've just felt the optimism's building. And now these 4 wins in a row, yeah, things are changing. The squad's changing. The football is finally heading in the right direction. There's still lots of work that needs to happen behind the scenes. We need to cut the head off the snake off. We have to get rid of the Glazers, and we will do everything we can do. And I will help wherever I can to make that possible. Well, not possible, but just to keep the momentum up. But look, I'm going to wrap up for today. There won't be a video going out at lunchtime today because we're playing tonight, of course. I'll be here as soon as the game finishes with my match reaction. And I hope it's a win. I hope it's 5 in a row. We can go into this Crystal Palace game even more confident. But thank you all for joining in this morning. I can't say enough how amazing it is, how this community just keeps building and building and building. And Knox is down there saying, welcome aboard. Take it easy. Sir Sam. I mean, that's an outrageous call. I mean, that's literally never going to happen. Sir Sam, that has a ring to it. But look, take it easy, everyone, and I'll see you after the game.